What's up guys, Frank Macaluso from Garageaholic giving you another installment of the N54 maintenance series on this 2007 335i. Today we're going to be doing something very easy. It's just basically the accessory belt and the tensioner and the idler pulley. Very important, and it couples really well with the oil filter gaskets video. If you take a look right up there, and you'll see how to replace the filters, the gaskets on your oil filter housing such that you don't have to do a preventative maintenance work on your belt. But of course, it's always a good idea to do preventative maintenance if it's easy to do. So today we're just going to be removing the belt, we're going to be removing the tensioner and the idler pulley, and we're going to be replacing it with new from ECS tools. Stand by guys. So see some of my previous videos on how I remove things like the electric fan and the oil filter housing, which is in another video. The intake manifold is another video. Walnut blasting is another video. There's tons of them, right guys? So in order to access the belt, you need to remove the air intake, and of course you need to remove, you don't really need to remove the upper radiator hose, but we're going to be replacing that anyway in another video. But yeah, removing the air intake is really primary, and then you just loosen the tension on the belt. You know what, let me just explain it to you. Now yes, this is the old intake tube, which can be reused. However, we are going to be upgrading to VRSF silicone intake tubes on the front and the rear turbo, so we are not going to be reusing these. That, again, will be in another video on how to install those guys, because that rear one is really, really tricky to do. Now that the intake tube is removed, everything else is just so easy to access, and removing this belt is going to be super, super simple. Let's take a look and see what this kit consists of and figure out how to get it back together. Now don't forget, you want to take a picture of this belt just in case. Now I know you can always Google it, you can always see what it looks like or whatever, you know, but it's always good to get the exact belt configuration just from taking a picture of this car. Probably a good idea, doesn't hurt. What? I'm just saying, probably better to have it than to not have it. All right, I'm using a T50, a Torx 50, right? And this guy is an idler pulley, this guy is an idler pulley, and this guy is your tensioner. In order to relieve the tension, you go on the tensioner, make sure it's deep-seated, nice and good, because if you don't have it, it's going to slip right off. And then you go clockwise or tighten. And as you're tightening, you'll see that the spring action of the tensioner relieves the belt. And as you have the tension pushed on it, you just slip the belt off just like that, and then you relieve the tension. Oh yeah, you can relieve the tension like this too. That's actually a lot easier and probably safer too. That is a T60, actually. This is a T60, so you use that right in this area here, and you do still have to go clockwise. So you go like this, and that relieves the tension. This whole piece is going to be replaced though, so I mean, just so you know, that's how you relieve the tension. You can do it like this, as I just explained, but you can also do it from there too. This is probably better to do. All right, so the kit comes with the tensioner, which is these two guys, an idler pulley down there, and it comes with another idler pulley here. So let's remove all that and get this ready for the reinstallation. And this is the new kit. Comes with a new belt, comes with a tensioner, and it comes with two pulleys. These are idler pulleys, and it's very, very easy to install these guys. I'm just going to do it in a quick time lapse. Just keep in mind here that this tensioner pulley actually has a set pin already installed, which means the reason that this is here is so that you can install the belt a lot easier. You just basically install this as is, install everything else, hook up your belt in line, and then you use your tool right here, your T60, loosen the tension, pull this out, and everything becomes tension. So it makes things a lot easier to get the new belt installed. Actually, I didn't know what this was for at first, but this is actually pretty cool. Yeah, so maybe it took me about 10, 15 minutes to figure it out. But that's why you always take a picture of the belt beforehand. Always useful. There's a lot of different ways that this can wrap around in many different configurations, and it's always just gonna be a little bit off every time you try. Even with the picture, I kind of struggled a little bit, but I'm glad that I got it back. Now, slipping this thing on and off, like I said earlier, look how loose this is. I was able to slip this on and off because of the fact that I have this guy pinned in here. The second that I literally loosen this up and pull this pin out, it'll actually hold that tension very nicely like stock. But I am not going to do that right now because I have a lot of other work to do on this engine that's going to require me to remove the belt again. And I really like this feature. It's a good convenient feature to have, very well designed, very well thought out. And I think it's gonna be useful again in the future. So I'm not actually gonna take this out yet, but just to demonstrate to you how it works, that's how it works. And that's how the belt is completed. We are now done with the accessory belt. So that concludes another video in this N54 maintenance series. My name is Frank Macaluso. Please check out all the other videos in this feature, guys. We have about 20 to 25 videos or something like that for N54 preventative maintenance work on this 2007 335i. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I am out of here. Later.